cats, it's your midsole man here, EDDBUD, back with some running news for you. Shoe and running related news never seems to stop. Let's take a peek at the Eliud Kipchoge versions of all Nike's current models. Strange to still see that we've got an Vaporfly 2 there, considering that the third one's supposed to be coming pretty soon. We even have some designs of the Novablast 4 from ASICS here. I'll be examining Nike's track spike dominance at the World Championships, and of course we've got the recently released running shoes. Let's get to it. Thanks for joining me on the channel once again, people. Help us out to reach 100,000 subscribers by clicking that subscribe button, but also giving this video a thumbs up like. You know it makes sense. Dankeschön. First story up today is about the ASICS Novablast 4. I didn't hear much news about this shoe really at all. Everybody keeps asking me, when's the Novablast 4 dropping? When's it going to come out? Is it coming out this year or is it going to be next year? I did stumble across some design information about this shoe. It appears to be from a third-party designer, which confirms the shoe. Also some cool details that might be appearing within its construction. I will provide a link to this design. It's Google searchable. It's not like I just sort of was sent it or anything. Nobody's leaked this information to me. I just found it on Google. I will place that into the description for you. It does look as if the Novablast 4 may have some sort of midfoot shank to improve the rigidity of the model, and it's going to feature a 35mm heel stack, 27mm in the forefoot, so it's pretty much what we got right now. Still sticking with the Flight Foam Blast Plus formula, which is present in the V3. The early design stuff did link to some sort of double density midsole ideas, but I don't think they followed that through for the final one. The company do refer to the pod under the forefoot of the shoe as a trampoline pod. I've always thought of it like that, really. Exactly where it's placed, it's very specific. It does really accentuate that sort of compression and squash and energy return in the forefoot area of the shoe. ASICS seem to anticipate the Rebel 3, the Shift 3 and the Hoka Mach 5 as their competitors for this shoe, which I guess makes sense really. It is their daily offering as they call it, but they want to try and reduce the weight of the shoe in line with some of the competitors. That's something that they've done with great success with the ASICS Superblast. There's reference to AHA sponge on the outsole in some light wear areas. Then you've got the typical rubber formulas in the more sort of high wear areas of the shoe. Perhaps they're trying to make the shoe lower weight again by using some of the softer rubber where it isn't really needed as much. One other large change to this new version of the Novablast, or at least this design, it kind of looks exactly like the leaked images that we've got, is the implementation of asymmetrical lacing on the upper. Now this may be great to some people and very worrying to others, but that's what we got here on the design. So you could say there's some surprising changes here to the Novablast model, though I think it does maintain the key kind of aspects of that series up to this point. I think you're still going to get a very bouncy midfoot feel, like very light on foot sort of sensation. As I say, the leaked images do seem to tie up with the design here. It looks pretty much like what we're going to get. No word on a release date yet though. Do you like these changes that are in the Novablast 4? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments. Story 2. Interestingly, Nike is set to release a host of Eliud Kipchoge versions of their running models. There's pretty much every single one and they're all the same. You got the Pegasus 40 here, the Vaporfly 3, and also the Alphafly 2. Bizarrely, there's a new one coming soon, but if you want to pick up this premium version, you can. The Air Zoom Victory spikes as well, along with the Zoom Fly 5, all have special touches of Kipchoge, which is like a red stripe on either side of the shoe and some red bits on the end of the laces. For this special design you pay 10 extra quid on top of the normal price for each shoe. So for example, the Vaporfly 3 is normally 235 quid here in the UK, but the special Eliud Kipchoge version is 245. I mean, the Alphafly 2 is now an eye-watering £289.95. It's absolute madness in my opinion. Now these mimic the prototype colourway that they released of most of these shoes. Aside from that red stripe really, I guess you could sort of stencil it on if you wanted to. No idea when these are going to be released. It seems like it's going to be fairly soon. If I recall, Kipchoge wore a version of this shoe back at the Boston Marathon. That was months ago. With the apparent easy availability of all of these shoes really in standard colorways, I don't think many people will be picking them up, and I will be one of those people. A few shoe releases for you now. The New Balance Fuel Cell SC Trail is now out here in the UK, 200 Earth credit price tag. It's got carbon plates and it's got a Vibram outsole too, and a more standard lace eyelet arrangement than its road brother, the SC Elite 3. I have to say it looks an interesting beast, and it's coming in a touch cheaper than some of the other models around that sort of category. Certainly a lot less weighty than the Ultrafly from Nike. Out now in the UK on the New Balance website. Adidas have released more colourways of their Ultra 4D forward model, which features that 4D midsole. I think 3D midsoles are enough for me, to be honest. And with the added Ultra Boost style upper this time. This brings together two technologies that they've been championing for a while with the upper and midsole designs of previous shoes. I've got to be honest, so I don't see this one crossing over into the running market all that much. I think it's really a lifestyle type model, though I do see people trying them out and saying that they feel really great underfoot. Maybe if you're running some easy miles or something, just log in some daily stuff, it'd probably be okay. At 200 notes though, it's big dough for a bit of a gamble. I'm not willing to test this one out. Let me know if you have tried it though for some running purpose down in the comments. Puma, under the radar, have released a GORETEX version of their Velocity Nitro 2 shoe. I find that one a brilliant daily beast for absorbing those sort of standard easy pace miles. It's kind of like their Pegasus model really. It can do just about everything pretty well. This winterized version of the shoe features a GORETEX upper, which the Beast brand reckon is lightweight and of course waterproof to keep the rain and moisture from the foot. This could make the Velocity Nitro 2 a superb model really for those autumn and winter months when things start to get a little bit more testing. You need something to help you get out the door and into the elements. This one's available over at Puma's website right now. Last story for today, I'm going to talk a little bit about the World Championships. I hope you've been watching them. It's been some fantastic performances. I've been watching the track and field events and keeping a keen eye on some of the footwear that's been used. That ZOOMX Dragonfly from Nike seems to be the key shoe really. Lots and lots of people using that across a multitude of different distances on the track. I always refer to it as half a Vaporfly really, and I've got to say it is super light in hand as well. Just a shame I haven't had more of a chance to get out and test out my pair really. If Nike produced a road shoe similar to the Dragonfly with just a little bit more foam in the heel there, I think they'd clear up. It would be a very popular model. The Dragonfly, despite being the cheaper option out of the Air Zoom Victory and the Maxfly, seems to be more focused on the longer distance track stuff, so between like 1500 meters to 10k. I think they aim the Victory really at hurdles and then the Maxfly up to about 5k really. I reckon the uptake of the Dragonfly is purely down to the versatility of the shoe really, and perhaps also its availability. Perhaps people on the track don't all want that sort of air unit. Maybe it makes things feel a little bit too unstable. They want a nice hard sort of connection with the floor. There's still cushioned and forgiving to a certain degree. Perhaps it's overkill to some people on the very bouncy tracks that we've got these days. Very different underfoot experiences in days gone by. Track availability is a bit of a problem around here. There is a track locally, but availability and getting into it is very tough. What I really want is like a yearly subscription so I can go along and use it whenever I like. I'd be quite happy to pay that, but the upper on that Dragonfly is absolutely sensational. Perhaps that's also why a lot of people have been opting for it. I just wish Nike would port it across to a road model, a bit like Hoka have done with that CeeLo Road. What's your preference on the track? Do you prefer like a sort of road shoe? Is there one that's got a specific outsole or upper that you really enjoy? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments. That's all the running news for the time being, people. If you've spotted some cool stories, let me know on the email in the description of this video. Very quick musical interlude for you. Been listening to like a live compilation album from Bo Diddley. It's called Bo Knows Diddley. There's a fantastic picture of Bo on the front with one of his special guitars. He used these sort of rectangular ones, or ones that kind of look like rocket ships, I suppose. My favourite on there is the live version of Mona. He's got this sort of growly distortion on the bottom end of his guitar. It sounds absolutely wonderful, and he sounds in fine voice as well, singing really clear and really strong. I think these live performances are culled from various different places and various different times across his career really. There's some fantastic stuff on there. Go and check it out, people. Bo Knows Diddley by Bo Diddley. Thanks for tuning in, people. It is always appreciated. Hit that subscribe button and do drop us a super thanks as well if you want to help the channel and support us on a more ad hoc basis. Give this video a thumbs up, like, and share it with your running buddies. My name's EDDBUD, and I'll be seeing you